Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. 48 First Alert Meteorologist Eric Burke, and this is Weather Extra. We are 4 minutes early on this Tuesday. Let a couple of you trickle in, but shaping up to be another fantastic June day across the Tennessee Valley. Temperatures this morning were a little bit warmer, most of us starting off in the mid to upper 60s, and once we hit about 7:30 this morning, temperatures have just kind of shot up ever since. But celebrating a victory here personally. Ate spaghetti for lunch and didn't get any on my white shirt, so got that going for me. So I'll be looking extra fresh there for our newscast at noon. Always run that risk there. Going right out to Guntersville, mainly sunny. We've got some fair weather cumulus clouds. Big weekend incoming there for Guntersville as it is HydroFest week. I know our Tennessee Valley Living girls, they've got a live show. It will actually be Thursday at 11 a.m. They'll have all the happenings there at HydroFest talking about it. They always put on a good live show. So be sure to join them 11 o'clock today, tomorrow, as well as Thursday for the live HydroFest show. But good looking day. A lot of people out and about on the boat, I'm sure, either fishing or maybe doing some tubing. Not sure what the water temperature is there in Guntersville, but I'm guessing it's a little bit on the toasty side. Trying to get the clicker to go there. Sometimes you just have to hold it up different places here to advance our graphics all the way from the studio. But look from Saturn V here, Space and Rocket Center. There's 565 looking off toward Montesano. Really nice day. You could feel the humidity is kind of creeping in, and it will continue to do that as we go through the rest of your work week. For today, very similar day, nearly identical to what we had for your Monday. High temperatures will warm up into the upper 80s. The peak heat index probably around 91, 92. Now the difference between today and yesterday, we actually have a little bit of a breeze out of the south and east, gusting 15 to 20 miles per hour. Overnight tonight, staying mostly clear. I think the breeze stays with us and any patchy fog won't be a real widespread concern, at least for your Wednesday morning drive to work. Tomorrow, ushering in more humidity, 20% chance of isolated storms. We're going to talk more about where I think they're going to be, but just a spoiler alert, I think they'll mainly be south of the Tennessee River. We'll talk about that hour by hour coming up, and then into Thursday as well, high of 87. A little bit more cloud cover, a lot of humidity, and I think we'll again see some isolated showers and storms. It is that time of the year. It said June 1st was Sunday, and that starts not only meteorological summer, but also hurricane season. Not so much worried about this one here. National Hurricane Center, though, maybe brushing up on their skills here and just putting out some of these early areas of concern that they're watching. But just a 10% chance of seeing any development off the coast of the Carolinas and Georgia there, a little south of the mid-Atlantic, so maybe the southern Atlantic, if you want to call it that. Not sure the geographical term there, but just a 10% chance of development. Something we'll keep an eye on. Don't anticipate much happening. All things considered, the Atlantic still chilly. It's swimmable for sure, especially down in parts of South Florida, but chilly for that rapid development too. Now we go to our temperatures, and I was talking about this morning. I said by about 10:30 or so, all of us would already be in the upper 70s to low 80s. 82 right now in Athens, 81 in Fayetteville, 80 Fort Payne, and we've got 79 down in Coleman. Good morning to you if you're watching us from Coleman itself or Coleman County. Hour by hour forecast, just the warming's not going to stop. We will see a little bit of passing cloud cover as we go through the day, but for the most part topping out in the mid to upper 80s. Now that's just the air temperature. That's not factoring in that dew point that continues to climb because we've got this south-southeasterly breeze with us. Yesterday, one of the rare, just very calm days. We don't get too many calm days around here, so the wind yesterday was about 2-3 miles per hour max. Today we're looking at more of a sustained wind, about 10 miles per hour, maybe gusting 15 to 20 from time to time. So we'll skip through the rest of today because there's not much to talk about. We'll have a couple of cumulus clouds. That's about it. Staying clear overnight. You could see that as we go into Wednesday morning, 7 a.m. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s to low 70s. A little bit of increasing cloud cover as we go through late morning into the afternoon. And we actually see a disturbance in the upper levels kind of sweeping through from southeast to northwest, and that's usually the opposite of the way we actually see the weather coming. It usually is northwest to kind of east-southeast, but we've got a disturbance coming in with the warm temperatures and the high humidity, that's enough moisture to definitely squeeze out some isolated to maybe even widely scattered showers and storms. I don't think these would be strong to severe storms. Sometimes they're more pulse-like in nature. You get a quick gust of wind, some heavy rain, lightning, maybe pea-sized hail. Lightning being probably the biggest threat out of all of that. Should wrap up pretty quickly. By Thursday, we're partly cloudy. I mentioned a little bit more cloud cover coming in. And then there's just that pop-up shower and storm potential as we go through Thursday afternoon into the evening. Now, some not so great news, and it just involves the timing of the rain showers and storms, at least our next chance for it. Looks like we've got the potential to at least start off Friday morning dry. Temperatures will be warm and muggy there in the low to mid 70s. As we go closer to lunchtime on Friday, maybe our first showers popping up, but we see more coverage of the rain and storms coming in as we go through the afternoon and evening on Friday. Unfortunately, it's not just Friday. I mentioned HydroFest weekend. That is an outside kind of weather dependent thing, and a lot of people, spectators especially, are camping out for this, and we've got rain potentially coming in as we go through not just Saturday morning, kind of off and on through the morning, with the more widespread and intense rain and storm coverage developing as we go through the afternoon and evening. Now, by Saturday, I do think there is a chance of seeing some stronger storms. It would be the same threats: the gusty wind, the small hail, the lightning, heavy rainfall. That is a concern there. And that same pattern kind of sticks around through Sunday too. So our rain and storm chances have increased for Friday afternoon and evening. Saturday through portions of the day, kind of off and on periods of showers and storms, as well as for your Sunday. And then you look at the model output of the rainfall for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those 3 days right there, now the model's all of a sudden spitting out 1 to 2 inches of rain. So we're right back to almost that dreaded May pattern that we're in. I don't think it will last the entire month of June. I'm just saying things look more active as we go into this weekend. Here's the weekend by the numbers. 72 Saturday morning, warming up to 83. A lot of that is dependent on the cloud cover, how much rain and storm coverage we see through the day. 69 starting off Sunday morning. We warm up to about 80 there on Sunday. So temperatures will be cooler than what we have during this week, but that comes at the expense of rain showers and storms, unfortunately. Severe weather threat today. SPC putting out a slight risk of severe storms, basically from Oklahoma through Kansas into Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, through Missouri and portions of Illinois. Any organized severe weather threat, that's where it will be. High pressure, though, stays parked on top of us in the southeast U.S., and that leaves us with that sunny and quiet day that we all appreciate. Good day for the pool for sure. Overnight 69, mostly clear. I think the breeze sticks around enough where widespread fog is not an issue for your Wednesday. More clouds coming in by the afternoon. There is that chance south of the Tennessee River of just seeing kind of those isolated pop-up showers and storms, but the heat index tomorrow will be in the low 90s. And then we go right to your extended forecast here. Temperatures right around average for the rest of the week. Increasing chances for rain shower and storm coverage by Friday afternoon into the evening. Saturday and Sunday, I think we're going more with periods or potentially even rounds of showers and storms. Some storms over the weekend have the possibility of being strong to severe, unfortunately. Hate to see that. Apparently Mother Nature thinks we can't have just 2 nice weekends in a row. That's not too much to ask, but apparently it's impossible here, at least with the weather pattern we've been having. Jamie Lee Johnson pointing out Lil Wayne coming to Huntsville. Yeah, that's been the talk of the newsroom today. I think tickets go on sale. He's coming to the Orion. I'm sure they'll have the details on that coming up on Tennessee Valley Living. That's your source for local entertainment news. Roberta, hello, and Patricia, good morning to you as well. So appreciate you guys dropping in for Weather Extra. I'll be here same time tomorrow at 10:30, and also join us for TVL starting at 11, as well as your newscast at noon with Gina Benitez. Have a great day. Enjoy your warm and humid Tuesday, and we'll see you tomorrow.